Ladies and gentlemen, the NWSL is finally here on this channel. I know, it's been a long time coming, baby. It's been a long time coming. I've been pushing this video back days and weeks and God knows how long, but I've been trying to formulate my thoughts on all of this because women's soccer is something that is definitely, kind of crazy because of the landscape of how things are. With the way U.S. soccer has been, the USL trying to make their own pro relegation thing. The MLS, continue to be the MLS and regretting Apple. You know how bad it is when you regret the Apple TV deal. You shouldn't have did that. But hey, NWSL has deals with ION, CBS, ESPN and ABC, Amazon. I mean, things are looking good. And it goes all the way from this upcoming Friday night. The NWSL Challenge Cup, of course, was last Friday night. Washington beat Orlando, 42 on penalties. It was tied at 1 after regulation. So they went to penalty shots. Washington won 4-2 on those penalty shots. And now, with a couple of breaks in between, so that does kind of kill the momentum a little bit. And that's why I'm kind of leaning towards making less NWSL videos because of all the international breaks. And that's why it's kind of been a hesitation for me to get into the game of soccer because of international play and things of the sort, with the mess that is U.S. soccer. Because again, like I said, on the men's side, it is a mess. On the women's side, it is also a mess because of all the offseason movement. Players are moving around to Europe and whatnot. Some have been, been able to come back over to the States. But, a lot of players are in Europe. A lot of players are here in the U.S. And the offseason movement, is it going to do wonders? Is it going to backfire? I don't know. We'll have to find out. The other thing is there are 2 expansion teams that the NWSL is putting out for 2026 and beyond. So that means next season, Denver and Boston. So they will be added to the fray. There will be, 15 and 16. It will be teams 15 and 16. Boston has had a little bit more backlash. Denver's been a little bit better as far as, publicity goes. But Boston, because of the naming and, the way things were, why didn't they go with their old name, instead of whatever they went with, like the Boss Nation or whatever. It's like, it's not feasible at all. And again, the rosters are pretty much ready, loaded. They were supposed to be finalized yesterday. But yeah, when you look at some of these teams coming into the season again, a lot of these teams from last year kind of missed the mark. Washington, Orlando look to be ready to go, ready to load it back up. A lot of pundits are saying, Orlando, can they repeat? Can they do that? I don't know. The Courage added Jaden Shaw, big time star. Is that's one big thing. So that's one thing I could definitely see. Something. Are teams like Angel City, are they ready to go? San Diego, a lot of people have had problems with their field. And again, Snapdragon Stadium is not a good field. It has not been a good field in quite some time, But yeah, teams like Houston, Utah, Angel City, Bay FC. Well, Angel City's pretty bad. Angel City doesn't really have a coach right now. Bay FC, I wonder who are they going to get in net. Is it going to be Allen, Louder, Sikowitz? Who knows? Who knows what they're going to get in the net? They were 7th place last season with 34 points. They should be able to get back to the playoffs if they can get something going, but I'm not going to make a whole playoff prediction. I am going to make a championship prediction in this video here today. Chicago Stars, they were 8th last year. They made it to playoffs. Mallory Swanson's probably one of their biggest questions. Is she going to be able to play this year? Again, the women's national team is also, something to keep an eye on, because again, there's an international break in June that goes all the way into August for the NWSL, which kind of gets the momentum off of them for the moment. But again, there's a lot of international games going on in that month and a half or so. Gotham is expected to be another top team from, you know, from last year. They finished third last year. They have a lot of high profile names that they got. And I mean, my goodness, this is a team that can do some damage. But I think at the end of the day, we are going to get a Kansas City. So yeah, I think Kansas City, the current, will defeat the Orlando Pride in the championship. I know Marta's back for Orlando. I know Barbara Randa, is there. The Gotham has a loaded roster, but I think this is the year Kansas City gets it done. And again, I'm going to be learning a lot this year. I'm going to be doing all the research I can do to kind of get, things going. Again, there is a lot that can be said. Portland and Kansas City play this Saturday afternoon on ABC. It's going to be a huge game. Cannot wait to watch it. Of course, this game's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. For the most part, most of the weekend, you got your NWSL fix. I'm more of a weird kind of person, when it comes to stuff. Sometimes I do not think soccer should be at 7:30 at night. I just don't see that being a thing. I don't know why it's a thing, but I mean, teams like it. That's just me coming into it. I don't really know why soccer is the way it is, but maybe it's because I'm accustomed to seeing, English Premier League matches at 11:30 in the morning, scrolling through, waiting for other stuff to come on, and seeing, those EPL matches on NBC and USA and stuff like that, and they're on, at like 11:30 noon. I'm just more accustomed to those times. So you'll probably be seeing me mostly watch games, before night. So that's when I'll mostly be watching NWSL games. Of course, the playoffs are going to be a different breed of focus, but yeah. I'm going to try to watch at least 1-2 games a week. I'm not going to watch, like every single game. I'm not that crazy like that because I have other sports to watch. So, I'm going to try and keep it to 1 to 2 games a week. I'm going to revisit my predictions sometime during the international break. It'll probably be July when I revisit my predictions, and I'll give you a new championship prediction. But this time, this is what I think. Because I like Kansas City's roster. I like Orlando's roster. I do like Gotham's roster a lot, but I'm going to give the edge to Kansas City here today. So I'll revisit in like June, July. We're going to wait a long, long time before the NWSL, gets to that real international break. There are some week-long breaks in between, but I want to really let this season marinate and see what my thoughts are as things continue to change, because again, I don't really want to do this week by week. I can't really do this week by week. There's not time for me to do it week by week. So I'm going to do it the way I can. I just wait quite some time. So come back in July, June, July, somewhere around that time. Come back in there and I'll tell you. I'll give you a new prediction. I'll give you some playoff predictions by that time. I'll have like some mid-season playoff predictions, and then we'll get to November, the last day of the regular season, November the 2nd, and I'll tell you what the playoffs are going to be like, because the playoffs will be set by then, and I'll give you my full actual predictions, like not predictions just to be predictions, but predictions that can make sense. So from me to you, we get on up out of here, and I will see you all tomorrow. We're going to talk some lacrosse tomorrow. Instead, we're going to make some room. For something. So I'll see you all then. Take care.